strength sa preliminary impeachment proceedings should bank first and foremost on the evidence already presented by the complainants. Dili kay ingon maghimo-himo sila karon og ebidensya kay na may complaint nga gi-file. So we are expecting already that katong complaint nga gi-file prior to these hearings conducted by the Committee on Justice already has evidences, bugat na untang evidence, pero karon nangita naman hinuon sila ebidensya. So maunang makasulti ta nga naay hinuoy fishing expedition. And that is why I agree with Representative Rufus Rodriguez that this is already fishing expedition. Kaya nga nung karon pa man mo mangitag ebidensya nga supposedly that should have already been presented in the House Committee on Justice.
Attorney Regal, sa ilawom sa revised rules on evidence, nagsulti nga generally, bisag kinsa, any person can be witness, pero naay controversial witness nga gipresenta sa proceedings nga mao si Ramil Madriaga. Siya ba, attorney, makonsidera nga bugat nga witness aron nga i-impeach si VP Sara?
As of now, no, dili ko ni siya matawag og heavy or decisive nga witness. Even current reporting around the hearing shows that his credibility has been challenged on the grounds of inconsistencies. And those attacks on his reliability are not trivial side issues. Okay, from an evidentiary standpoint, the problem with Ramil Madriaga is that he appears to have stretched himself too thinly. Kana bang daghan ra kaayo siya giangkon nga storya? Daghan ra kaayo siya giangkon nga involvement. And when a witness paints himself as being present everywhere, knowing everything, and participating in too many involved or moving parts, the testimony starts to invite skepticism rather than confidence. So, mabuak na niya na iyang testimonya, kay daghan na kay siya kanabang involvement ba? You question it, and once the testimony is broken, then he becomes a witness who is not built by consistency. He is not built by restraint, corroboration, and internal coherence. On that score, Madriaga, at least for now, looks more like a contested witness rather than a cornerstone witness, on my opinion.
Oo. Diri sa pangutana, attorney, no, nga una nagyangkon sa Commission on Audit nga ilahang gibasura ang appeal sa Office of the Vice President sa paggamit no, sa confidential funds. Unsay mahitabo ani kanus sa makonsidera kadunay anomalya o corruption sa confidential funds?
Kanimanggong notice of disallowances, let us always remember that administrative ni siya, dili ni siya a showing of guilt. An adverse COA opinion or COA act is not yet equivalent to a finding of corruption. So recent reporting on the 2023 use of confidential funds states that the COA flagged a post directive, pero walay criminal findings pa ni siya, because there is still a process that we can still continue to use, no? So the Vice President's camp can still appeal this to the Court of Appeals under Rule 43, and after that, kung adverse gihapon ng opinion sa Court of Appeals, then they can still bring this up to the Supreme Court using Rule 45 under the Rules of Court. So legally important, the notice of disallowance is still subject to appeal. Mao gyud na siya. So pending audit dispute, this is not yet a settled conclusion of bad faith, fraud, or corrupt diversion. So di pa tayo makasulti gyud inconclusive evidences that there is corruption involved in the use of the confidential funds with the Office of the Vice President.
Attorney Regal, karong adlaw, mga alas 10, magsugod na ang laing hugna sa impeachment proceedings. Unsay mo gilauman ani attorney nga mahitabo karon?
Kaning ato ang I am very sad, no, that the Duterte family will be facing two very crucial cases today. First is the impeachment proceedings that will continue with the House Committee on Justice, and second will be the determination of the jurisdiction for the drug war of the former President Rodrigo Duterte. So ang akong gilauman karon based on current reporting, ang ato ang nakita karon sa hearing, the House hearings have already moved through earlier stages, and today's hearing is focused on issues including alleged unexplained wealth and related financial records. Ang ako lang na kita og murag na kuan ko, naguol ko because ang ilang gipang presentar karon nga mga ebidensya are usually or basically katupang na mayor pa si Inday Sara, no, katong when she was allegedly depositing various banks from 2006 to 2015. And then ang iyang net worth nga si ang SALN po i-discuss siguro karon is based on 2007 to 2017. This year's pa ni nga dili pa Vice President ang ato ang Vice Presidente karon. So ang kanimang impeachment proceedings should be based on impeachable offenses on an impeachable officer. So dapat unta mo focus sila karon sa pagka-Vice President ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Pero di ako nisultihan nga dili ni siya admissible ang ilang gipang buhat.